Hello and welcome back to Cars of Glasgow. I'm Thomas and today you join me inside the all new Jaecoo J5 fully electric. In this video I'm going to give you a test drive of the car, show you what it's like in the interior, talk about what it's like out on the roads and what I think of the vehicle. So stay tuned for this video. Alright guys, you join me behind the wheel of the Jaecoo 5 electric. Now, first things, it's pretty similar in terms of at least the setup to the conventional combustion one that I drove first. Basically the main difference is the powertrain. You do sit up decent height. Don't know if I've got a Dacia Duster in front of me and feel kind of on par with how that is riding in terms of like ride height. Just like the regular one, I like the kind of visibility, the flat dash, the ability to see out in front. But the big difference is here is the smoothness of the electric powertrain. If you're looking for a smoother version of the Jaecoo 5, this could be the variant for you. The indicators are a unique sound as well. I think that's the important part of car brands, isn't it? The sound of them. And we're off. Feel it's front wheel drive. It feels a lot more eager to go and nippy than the outgoing 1.6 that I just came out of. That is the very first thing I have noticed here. It feels a little bit more lively and eager to accelerate. Now we're just passing a national speed limit, so fortunately I am stuck behind this Dacia Duster, so we're stuck at 42 miles per hour in a 60. But we'll give that a little bit of room and I can put the foot down to try and catch up with it. 3, 2, 1. Oh yes, that is. It does have the power off the go. Now, I don't know if it's because there is no engine noise. The perceived noise in the cabin feels slightly higher than the petrol one, but that could be because there is no engine. It's, you know, you're hearing a little bit more tyre noise and wind noise than the petrol model. That is interesting. But everything else, as I mentioned, is the same. You know, the steering wheel still the 4-spoke with a pinstripe. We've got the kind of 13-inch touchscreen there, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, all that good stuff. This is the luxury trim. The Pure one does not have the glass roof. That's the easiest giveaway. And the Pure one does have cloth seats. That's £3,000 less than this model. So this is about 30,000 and change, and you're about 27.5 for the Pure entry-level variant. Again, mimicking and mirroring what you've seen on the combustion version. The luxury trim adds things like your heated and ventilated seats. We've got electric driver's seat for adjusting your heated and cooled seats, as well as that glass roof, which I really like. I would buy the luxury one just for the glass roof. I love the kind of expansive feel of the glass roof that it gives you, and just makes it feel nice and airy inside the cabin. Now the sound system is good in this car. 8 speakers in the luxury trim variant, which you get 6 in the Pure trim. These ones are Sony and they do sound pretty decent, considering as well this car's around £30,000. You do get a decent sound system in this car. I am on 90% charge with 196 miles of range. You can change kind of, they're calling it energy recovery intensity. It doesn't have like full one pedal driving in this car, but you can change from low, medium and high how much regen you want to have on. So if I put it into high right now, across, and you can pull you in a little bit more, and then you can go back down into medium. It's probably my happy place. I'd probably leave it in medium if I owned this vehicle. And again, low means it's going to be a little bit less aggressive on the regen braking. But yeah, it's quite nice it's got that feature. Again, mirroring what we've seen on the Jaecoo 5, you do have the controls and all pretty fast responsive. Everything is through the touchscreen from your climate and all that, but it does have intelligent assistant, so you can say, "Hi Jaecoo,
here,
turn on ventilated seating."
Sorry, this function is not supported.
Let's go for a function we do know that is supported then. Turn on heated seats.
I'm listening.
Turn on heated seats.
Okay.
There we go, and the seats are on. So yeah, it does recognise the Scottish accent. Just make sure you choose a command that it understands. It's a good point for the turning circle. It's not that bad. Cameras are really clear for this car. I love that in 2025 how modern the cameras are, really crisp. But not all manufacturers do that, but this has got a good crisp camera. Panoramic 360 plus the overview. Jaecoo are coining that as the phrase as 540 degrees. So yeah, that's what we're going with, 540 degree panoramic view camera. Now we do have, of course, all the safety features in this car, like your eyeball detection for driver detection, lane departure, speed sign recognition. You can turn off various things in the cabin if you wish, all through that touchscreen there. The steering wheel is 4-spoke. We do have the black with the pinstripe. Left hand side your cruise control, right hand side is where your volume control and that assistant button there. You don't have to pair your phone for that, that's just something that's in the car. The left hand side stocks for your wipers, right hand side is your drive selector, so you pull down for drive, up for reverse, separate P for park, which I love, and then you've got your lights on the right hand side there, which is on a silver bit of trim. Realistically, you're just probably going to leave that in auto and never have to worry about that again. We do have all-round electric windows in this car, which is nice to see, and 4 physical buttons, which you cannot always say for a 2025 car, and a mechanical door release, which is sounding old school, but not a lot of cars are doing that these days. A lot of them are going for that electric feature. I do like the mechanical release of the clunk when you open the door. Decent sized glove box in this car as well, and they have moved the fuse box so it's not eating up the space unlike some other manufacturers there. And Jaecoo claim about 35 storage solutions in this car, so if you are somebody that likes to have a multitude of things in your car, there's cubbies, there's hooks, there's little bits all over the cabin and throughout the boot as well to like hang things and put things. So if you're somebody like that, there's definitely a lot of bits inside this car to kind of hide your goods. Now the overall ride in this car, it might just be in my head, it feels smoother now. I don't think it's just because of the transmission as well being electric, it just feels smoother overall. So yeah, I think this is probably the one I would go for if I was looking at the 2 options. I'd probably go for the electric one. Now this car does use a 61 kilowatt hour battery, or they're calling it LFP battery, which gives you around 248 miles of claimed range. They're claiming 0 to 62 in about 7.7 seconds. However, it does feel a little bit faster than that out on this open road here. And they're saying about 204 PS. Particularly that is achieved when you're putting it into sports mode. Obviously, if you put it in eco mode, it's going to be a little bit more lethargic, trying to economise and make things as efficient as possible. Now it's worth mentioning this car does have an app, because it is the electric one, so you can do a thing like your preconditioning for the temperature. You can also schedule charging, and it has a crucial pet mode as well. So if you do have like a little fluffy friend in here, you can have the aircon in here. It's got homothermal aircon, which means it's going to kind of maintain and stabilise that climate temperature so your pets won't overheat, which is fantastic to have. That is only available on the electric model. We do have a fruit or frunk up front with gas struts, which I was impressed with. That's both in the combustion and electric version. A car of this price point, you've not got a little manual prod, you actually have gas struts. 10 out of 10 for Jaecoo for doing that. A decent sized boot space, mirroring again what we've seen on the combustion one, about 480 litres of boot space, 60-40 rear seats that fold down. In the rear seats we do have seating for free. 2 outer seats have child seat points, as well as cup holders in the middle. You pull down the armrest, and then you also have your climate vent in the middle, singular, 2 map pockets and a USB charger, and cup holders in the back. It's worth mentioning the door materials are a little bit more durable and scratch resistant, and up front have a little bit more of like a kind of padding on top of the door themselves, and a little bit of vinyl material where your elbows are going to rest. But decent sized door bins in all 4 doors, which is a plus, especially for families. The Jaecoo J5 Electric is joining in a competitive market as a B segment electric vehicle. There's things like your Hyundai Kona in there, there's going to be the Kia Niro Electric, there's going to be the Moda 5 in the same kind of family. So there's quite a lot to name, and that's just a few that I've named in this segment. But if you value tech, maybe you like the styling, you know, it's kind of giving you that Range Rover-esque look of the car, and you don't want to spend too much money. Like, this is a very good value proposition for the tech. As I said, you're about 30 odd thousand pound, just over 30,500 pound, and you're getting everything. You know, fully loaded one with the glass roof, adaptive cruise control, heated and cooled seats, all around electric windows, ambient lighting, you name it, it seems to have it. It's just a very well equipped car. And the Jaecoo J5 sold really well based on, I think, a higher percentage of those buyers bought the higher trim model than the lower trim one. And I could probably see the same for this, like more people are going to go for the luxury trim because you are getting those amenities in this car. Now, it is worth also mentioning that Jaecoo do have a decent warranty as well here in the UK, so if you are a bit nervous about buying something maybe from an unfamiliar brand to you, maybe you've just seen them on the road and you're curious, it is also worth mentioning they do have a good warranty. So I just want to say thanks very much to Jaecoo for having me on the launch of this new J5 fully electric. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, comment your thoughts on the fully electric version of the Jaecoo J5. Now comment below, are you team waterfill grill or are you team smooth no grill? Let me know in the comments below and I will see you next video. Ciao. We even have a voice assistant such as,
You can tell me.
"Hi Jaecoo, can you turn on the passenger seat?"
Sorry, I haven't mastered this skill.
"Can you turn on the heated seat?"
Okay.
There we go. It understood me not too badly, and the heated seat will power on there. Got things like your fan speed and all that can get controlled through here. Climate, as you can see, everything's controlled through the touchscreen, but it's fairly fast and responsive.